Think about what kind of sound do mosquitoes make? Yeah, it's kind of a high-pitched, like buzzing sound, right? And in this story, I want you guys to be thinking about some of these animals get blamed for some things that they didn't do. So has that ever happened to you guys? Maybe you got blamed for something that maybe a sibling did. Maybe you got into some trouble about it. Yeah. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Why mosquitoes buzz in people's ears. One morning, a mosquito saw an iguana drinking at a water hole. The mosquito said, "Iguana, you will never believe what I saw yesterday." "Try me," said the iguana. The mosquito said, "I saw a farmer digging yams that were almost as big as I am." "What's a mosquito compared to a yam?" snapped the iguana grumpily. "I would rather be deaf than listen to such nonsense." And then he stuck 2 sticks in his ears and went off, meck, 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 through the reeds. The iguana was still grumbling to himself when he happened to pass by a python. The big snake raised his head and said, "Good morning, iguana." The iguana did not answer, but lumbered on, bobbing his head. Batamin, batamin. "Now, why don't you speak to me?" said the python to himself. "Iguana must be angry about something. I'm afraid he's plotting some mischief against me." He began looking for somewhere to hide. The first likely place he found was a rabbit hole, and in he went. Wassawoo, wassawoo, wassawoo. And when the rabbit saw the big snake coming into her burrow, she was terrified. She scurried out through her back way and bounded, crick, 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 across a clearing. So let's think about this. Why was iguana annoyed with mosquito in the first place? Yeah, he was talking about some yams that he saw that he thought were as big as he was. So let's keep reading and see how this finds out, because now we have iguana being annoyed by mosquito, which then makes the python think that he's angry with him, but really he can't even hear him because of those sticks in his ears. And then because the python goes into this rabbit burrow, it scares the poor rabbit. Let's see what happens next. A crow saw the rabbit running for her life, and he flew into the forest crying, "Caw, caw, caw!" It was his duty to spread the alarm in case of danger. A monkey heard the crow, and he was sure that some dangerous beast was prowling near, so he began screeching and leaping, keely through the trees to help warn the other animals. And as the monkey was crashing through the treetops, he happened to land on a dead limb. It broke and fell on an owl's nest, killing one of the owlets. You guys know what an owlet is? What do you think? Think about looking at this picture. Yeah, it's a baby owl. So because the monkey got scared by seeing the rabbit running for her life, he jumped on that dead limb. That dead limb then landed and killed an owl baby. So let's think about what happened to that baby owl back here before we go on anymore. Do you think that was on purpose? Yeah, it was probably not. Do you think that the monkey was trying to harm the baby owl? What was his intention there? Yeah, he was trying to warn the forest of possible danger because he saw the crow panicking. So he saw the crow panicking, and then he decided to panic too, that he needed to warn the forest, which then broke the dead tree limb and then landed on a baby owl. He did not mean to kill a baby owl. Mother owl was not home, for though she usually hunted only in the night, this morning she was still out searching for one more tidbit to satisfy her hungry babies. When she returned to the nest, she found one of them dead. Her other children told her that the monkey had killed it. All that day and all that night, she sat in her tree so sad. Now it was Mother Owl who woke the sun each day so that the dawn could come, but this time when she should have hooted for the sun, she did not do it. The night grew longer and longer, and the animals of the forest knew it was lasting much too long. They feared that the sun would never come back. So how does the mom feel about this? Take a look at her right here. Yeah, she's really upset about what has happened. So upset that she doesn't who to wake up the sun to come up for the next morning. And remember that the reason why the owl was out in the first place was because she was hunting at night, and it kind of lasted into the morning. Do you guys remember what it's called when an animal hunts at night? Or when they're active at night? Yeah, it's called nocturnal. So she is a nocturnal creature. But nonetheless, she is feeling extremely depressed about this news. At last, King Lion called the meeting of the animals, and they came and sat down, pim, 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 around a council fire. Mother Owl did not come, so the antelope was sent to fetch her. When she arrived, King Lion asked, "Mother Owl, why have you not called the sun? The night has lasted long, 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 and everyone is worried." Mother Owl said, "Monkey killed one of my owlets. Because of that, I cannot bear to wake the sun." The king said to the gathered animals, "Did you hear? It was the monkey who killed the owlet. And now Mother Owl won't wake the sun so that the day can come." So who is the Mother Owl blaming on this one? Yeah, she's blaming the monkey. And let's think too, what was the purpose of this meeting that they were having? Do you guys remember? Yeah, the King Lion called that meeting so that they can figure out why the owl has not waken up the sun. Let's see what's going to happen. The King Lion called the monkey, and he came before him nervously, glancing from side to side. "Rim, rim, 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 rim." "Monkey," said the king, "why did you kill one of Mother Owl's babies?" "Oh, king," said the monkey, "it was the crow's fault. He was calling and calling to warn us of danger, and I went leaping through the trees to help, and a limb broke under me, and it fell on the owlet's head." The king said to the council, "So it was the crow who alarmed the monkey, who killed the owlet, and now the Mother Owl won't wake the sun so that the day can come." So can you see how they're kind of backtracking through the story now? At first it was the monkey's fault, and now the monkey is blaming the crow, which is the creature that made him become alarmed. Let's see if they're going to bring the crow up to the stand. Then the king called for the crow. That big bird came flapping up. He said, "King Lion, it was the rabbit's fault. I saw her running for her life in the daytime. Wasn't that reason enough to spread an alarm?" The king nodded his head and said to the council, "So it was the rabbit who startled the crow, who alarmed the monkey, who killed the owlet, and now the Mother Owl won't wake the sun so that the day can come." All right, so we've backtracked from, at first it was the monkey, then it was the crow, and then now the rabbit. Let's see, who do you think is going to come up to the stand next? Yeah, I think the rabbit's coming up next. Then King Lion called the rabbit. The timid little creature stood before him, one trembling paw drawn up uncertainly. How do you guys think the rabbit is feeling right here? Yeah, he is scared for his life. "Rabbit," cried the king, "why did you break the law of nature and go running, running, running into the daytime?" "Oh, king," said the rabbit, "it was the python's fault. I was in my house minding my own business when that big snake came in and chased me out." So the king said to the council, "So it was the python who scared the rabbit, who startled the crow, who alarmed the monkey, who killed the owlet, and now Mother Owl won't wake the sun so that the day can come." All right, let's stop right here and think for a second. So we have started off with, originally it was the monkey's fault. And then the monkey blamed it on the crow because the crow was crying, calling and alarming everyone there was danger. And from the crow, it was the rabbit's fault because the crow saw the rabbit running rapidly through the forest. And then the rabbit is now blaming the python for coming into her burrow because as we all know, pythons are big, scary snakes. So let's think right now. What is everybody starting to do? Yeah, they're starting to put what's called blame on someone else. No one's really taking responsibility here. Even though we've already come to the consensus that this was probably not a murder that happened on purpose, right? Do you guys think that the monkey meant to kill the owlet? No, just his actions were kind of careless and that kind of caused that to happen. Have you guys ever had that happen to you either? Yeah, sometimes we do get a little bit careless and somebody ends up getting hurt. Let's see what happens next. King Lion called the python who came slithering, wassawoo, wassawoo, past the other animals. But King, he cried, it was the iguana's fault. He wouldn't speak to me, and I thought he was plotting for some mischief against me. When I crawled into the rabbit's hole, I was only trying to hide. So the king said to the council, so it was the iguana who frightened the python, who scared the rabbit, who startled the crow, who alarmed the monkey, who killed the owlet, and so now Mother Owl won't wake the sun so that the day can come. So who's next? Yeah, it's the iguana. And the last time we left off the iguana, do you guys remember what was going on with him? Yeah, he was ignoring the little mosquito because the mosquito was telling him something about the farmer. Now it was the iguana who was not at the meeting, for he had not heard the summons. Do you guys remember why he probably didn't hear the summons? Yeah. Still true. The antelope was sent to fetch him, and all the animals laughed when they saw the iguana coming, batamin, with sticks still stuck in his ears. King Lion pulled the sticks out, and then he asked, Iguana, what evil have you been plotting against the python? None, said the iguana. None at all. Python is my friend. Then why wouldn't you say good morning to me? Demanded the snake. Let's see. I didn't hear you or even see you, said the iguana. Mosquito told me such a big lie I couldn't bear to listen to it, so I put sticks in my ears. Laughed the lion. So that's why you had sticks in your ears. Yes, said the iguana. It was the mosquito's fault. King Lion said to the council, so it was the mosquito who annoyed the iguana, who frightened the python, who scared the rabbit, who startled the crow, who alarmed the monkey, who killed the owlet, and now Mother Owl won't wake the sun so that the day can come. All right, so we're getting down to the very end of the story. Let's see, what do you guys think is going to happen to the mosquito? And what do you think his punishment will be? Because clearly they're having a council, so there's going to be some type of punishment. What do you think? Let's find out. Punish the mosquito! Punish the mosquito! Cried all the animals. When Mother Owl heard that, she was satisfied. She turned her head toward the east and hooted, hoo, 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 and the sun came up. Wow. Meanwhile, the mosquito had listened to it all from a nearby bush, and she crept under a curly leaf, and she was never found and brought before council. But because of this, Mosquito has a guilty conscience, and to this day, she goes about whining in people's ears. Zee, is everyone still angry at me? When she does that, she gets an honest answer. So, why does the mosquito feel guilty? Yeah, mosquito kind of started this level of events that has occurred. And so if mosquito would have never spoken to the iguana, then maybe all of this would have never happened, right? Kapow! Kind of like what we do when we hear a mosquito. We try to smack it, right? All right, so let's think about this saying, look before you leap. Have you guys ever heard of that? Do you think that some of the characters in this book, if they would have followed that advice, do you think that they would have maybe